I would say that the connectors to the starter signal was not connecting. It had a poor continuity. So had to pull out, put back in, and the word is energize. You got to energize the system because they're not 100% true connections. They're compromised. That's what I'm telling you. You get into the solenoid because those, even though it's plugged in, you have a resistance in there.
Okay.
Yeah, just from fatigue of the metal. You know, so it's metal fatigue in the connectors. So you got to switch out the starter solenoid. Okay, and I'm making a video now. I'm gonna post it on YouTube, so you're gonna get a link. Yeah. So I'm just reviewing here. Owner here had this bike running a month ago. Lost the start signal. Came in, kind of did the full 12-point check. You know, air tires, and the carb stayed on. We flushed it, did it on a bottle, took compression. We were at a 60-70 cold compression. So that means this motor has to wake up. I instructed the owner to do 2 more startups so it gets hot, not to rev the motor. He did do a run right now just because all the fluids are hot, but 2 more times with cold to hot fluid, idle only, no revving for 20 minutes, and put a new plug in it, and it was kind of running rich. The idle was completely not set correctly, probably didn't help in the startup routine. The battery checked out good. Compression again was like 60-70 actually, and towards the end of about 5 rotations got just below 90, but it wasn't 90, and 90 is the threshold to vaporize fuel. It should be at 120, so hopefully the usage will bring up that low compression scenario here, and that's probably why the plug was black. It was misfiring due to low compression. So anything below 90 you're going to get misfire, and it's going to black out and foul out the plug. That's another thing, you may want to get another plug just to keep it handy, like jet skis. Yeah, but basically it's a low compression motor, so you definitely have misfire below 90. Hopefully it'll get back. We also heard a low crank, either a piston delay in the seized warp piston pin or the crank bearings going out. And the owner did describe really black oil. Was there a lot of oil? There's a lot of quart, right? Yeah, and we did see metal, but not metallic, magnetized. It was like aluminum metal, but nice chunks, huh? Okay. We're hoping that's from the clutch. Outside of that, starter's unit receives good start signal on the jump. Button on top is not the problem. The problem is the solenoid. So solenoid, I'm gonna send you a link. Just order it, Amazon, you know, and like I instructed you, just replace it. Okay. Outside of that, did the whole systems check. Don't know anything about the forks. Forks look like, yeah, you don't even have a dust seal. Well, yeah, your fork, okay, you're gonna need fork seals because it's wet. Alright, so if you look here, you'll see how it's kind of wet. That's fork oil. So you probably lost all your fork oil in there. So I'm gonna recommend you, I'll send you a link of the fork seals, and that's a fork job. So you make sure you get that on, okay, and then put a zip tie around that. And if that one's going, that one's probably, in fact, if you see this right here, that's fork oil. So you probably lost all your fork oil. So you probably, the forks are probably doing, you got compression on the spring, but you don't have air compression, and then we release it for dampening, you probably have 0 dampening. So that's an unstable front end. Okay, so I would highly recommend you get that done. I'll send you the link for the kit. What year? You don't know?
30105.
Okay, all right. Yamaha TTR 125. Okay. All right, ready to go. Had a lot of fun?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.